now with these people and they're flying like jetpacks. There's videos of people with like basically Iron Man suits.
Yes.
Flying around like with personal, like all you're using is your arms with basically giant hair dryers on your hands, taking you off and levitating you around. And I mean, I don't think the innovation's ever going to stop. I feel like until we're all eventually have that dream of we're all getting to work on jetpacks. Do you think that some people will opt out of, jetpacks to drive their car? Like they're like, I want that nostalgic feel of, I'm going to take my car to work. I'm going to get stuck in traffic. Like that's what I want.
Well, it definitely depends on practicality because, we've invented flying cars for the most part. It's difficult, obviously, but
now Boeing and now an electric car company are working on an electric flying car. They have just like the all black image of like what it could possibly look like, but it's supposed to be all electric and it's supposed to be like an in-city thing. Do you think that once we get like as soon as like flying cars happen, we're gonna have air traffic? Like you have to stay in this lane, you have to go in between these buildings.
I don't think we're going to have air traffic. I don't think we're going to have flying cars.
Ever.
The reason why is because it seems very impractical. There's just too many laws with the amount of airspace. I know we've all seen Star Wars and how that works out. And maybe like really far down in the future, it might be practical, but it's probably practical where they can be both on land and flying. Okay. I think it's probably going to evolve more to like a railway system flying and just moving a massive amount of people. And I think it's going to get more efficient because it's better for people to walk around. When I lived in New York City, it's very interesting going around the subway and the lifestyle. And I'm not fat shaming here, but like most people in New York City are not that fat because
they're walking around. I mean,
they're
it makes
walking
sense.
around everywhere.
Not a lot of people own cars in New York City.
Yeah, it's just way too expensive and
too expensive to park it. I feel like you could afford the car, you just can't afford to park it anywhere.
Okay, I've hacked that system though. There's certain times where you're allowed to park on the streets for free. Okay. So every time I drive there, I actually figured that out because since I used to live there, and I just park my car. And after I drove like a 12-hour trip, drive right in New York City, park my car, I'll move it when it has to be moved. But you can find one, like you really can. Okay. One of those hacks out there if you guys travel a lot. But
I feel like you didn't describe the hack. I feel like you just said that it's possible. Is there certain areas of New York City that you can like find, or are you going to tell these people? If you tell everybody though where your spot is, your spot's not going to be there when you get there. So
on every street in most cities,
you park right next to the stop sign, right in front of it.
No. You just listen. So have you seen like it says you can park here 7 to 5? Or like 8 to 5. So what that is like in New York City at least, it's leaving me. No, wait. So you can park there during that time, or you park on this side, the other side during that time, and then the street cleaner comes at a certain time. And it says on there when you're not supposed to be there. Or it actually doesn't really say on there when you're not supposed to be there. It says when you're allowed to be there, and then you just got to know when the street cleaners are coming.
So you never have to pay for that parking?
In certain areas you do, but you just got to know the streets that you don't, and it's just a lot of the.
I feel like everybody in New York would be taking advantage of that if they all knew it. Do you think it's like a secret not everybody knows there?
Oh no, the people that live there know about it.
They just don't own cars. They don't own cars, so they don't.
No, they do own cars. People in New York own cars.
I know they do. I feel like nobody drives in New York because there's too much traffic.
Have you seen? Have you driven and been there?
That was a joke, Cody.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. There's so much traffic, and a lot of people do own cars, which is ridiculous. And but there's a way to park there for free. You just got to know when the street cleaners come in, just to check out the signs and move your car when you need to.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah. But
you said that we were never going to have flying cars. That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah. So I don't think it's practical. I just don't. It's going to clog up airspace. There's going to be too many laws on it. I think I was saying before, it's going to move to more of a subway flying system.
Oh, I get you.
And people walking more places, and then other than driving, or they might even just Uber around, but maybe just more like buses. It's just more efficient to build that way, it seems, because like New York City, it's so small. It's like I can't remember how many miles, but you can run it right now.
Yeah,
like
we talked about this recently. You said it was around, I want to say like 11 miles, not even 9.
I think it's and we should be looking it up and get the actual facts. I think it's 3 miles by 11 miles. No joke. Like that's the Manhattan Island. Now the other parts of New York,
24 blocks is 1 mile.
Oh. Well, I didn't know that. Well, that's way weird though, because every street seems different though.
That's true. Not all blocks are going to be the same. That was just the town I grew up in.
Oh, okay.
I just knew that I had to run a mile. To run a mile in my gym class was running around the block 24 times. So,
that's funny.
Okay. It might not be that way everywhere, but at least
probably
not.
Probably not. But my point is, like, it's very impractical because of all the things you had to worry about in the airspace. They're already having a problem with the drones.
Could you imagine a 16-year-old getting their driver's license and they just take off in a flying car? I would not want to be in the air. I'm terrified enough as it is on the road. And having a 16-year-old getting their driver's / pilot's license taken off in their flying car. Ooh.
I mean,
scary thought.
Well, IQ increases.
IQ increases over time.
And over time, so maybe you can trust them better, but that doesn't necessarily, IQ just means that you learn things faster.
You thought the driving test was stressful. Now you got to take the flying car test.
I actually failed my driving test. You want to know how many times I failed it?
I'm scared to know the number. Let's hear it, though.
It's not the actual driving part. I actually aced that first time. I've
failed the written part.
Yeah, the multiple choice thing.
How many times, Cody?
9.
9 times? I feel like there's only like 15 questions on there. All you have to do is figure out which ones you got wrong. I aced it first time, buddy. The funny thing is I failed my driver's ed class. I didn't have to take the test. I was supposed to be able to go there and just get my license, but they let me drive in driver's ed. I immediately pulled out in front of somebody to take a left turn at a green light. Failed within 3 seconds.
Really?
So, but I aced it when I had the real driver's test at the courthouse. So, but I don't know if
it's like we complete each other.
Yeah.
You're good with the test stuff, and I don't know.
Yeah,
this is funny.
I think that I think I never would have passed the flying test though. But Boeing is working on this individual flying car. Like they're building this electric flying car. It looks crazy.
Yeah.
Boeing's doing a lot. There's images of it on the internet, and it's crazy. And maybe 30, 50 years from now, instead of like we said, calling an Uber, not the Uber chopper, you're getting the Uber flying car, and it's all electric. Probably only can go like 3 miles on the battery charge, but at least you're getting there quick.